Hi guys, I'm Miss Christy, and I'm so glad you're here with us again this week. Each week this summer, we're going to be taking a closer look on what it means to have faith. Faith is trusting in what you can't see because of what you can see. Even though we can't see God, we can still put our faith in Him. We can trust Him no matter what. We can focus on all the things God has done for us in the past, and we can also see what He's done in the lives of others. That helps us trust in Him. Now let's get into a fun game.
Miss Felicity and Miss Lindsay have to get these guys into this guy wearing these guys. So we're gonna see if they can keep their focus and see who gets the most in the bucket. Ready, set, go.
You're too far to the right. You need to go. You're too far No, go to your right more. No, not your elbow. I have 30 seconds. So 15 seconds. Oh yeah, you did. Lucy, you're way too high. 5, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. Miss Lindsay won that one. Now let's stay on our feet and do some worship.
This is my faith, this is my focus, all of my days. I know where my hope is, I live it loud, I shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you. This is my faith, this is my focus, all of my days. I know where my hope is, I'll live it loud. I shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you, oh yeah. Woo! You ready? Come on, let's go. Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, anywhere, oh. Anywhere. I fix my eyes on you. Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, anywhere, I fix my eyes on you. eyes on you. You are my oh, you are my only focus. You are my focus. I fix my eyes on you, on you, on you.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. And now for an amazing story.
Hi friends, I'm Mrs. Steph and I'm so glad that you've chosen to join us again. I am super excited, except I don't know if you remember before quarantine days, I didn't wear my glasses a lot. I'm new to wearing them and I tried to remember, but I do a terrible job. I started going back to college this week and I realized I really need to wear my glasses. They're important. They really help me see better. But they're kind of a pain to remember to put on, and then I gotta keep them clean, and I gotta keep my kids from throwing them in the trash on accident. And it's hard, but it's helping me focus. Now, I am of that age where my glasses have two different lenses in them. You can see this, right? They're called bifocals. And so I have regular looking glasses on top, and then I have an itty bitty lens in the bottom to help me read things that are up close, like my iPad for my notes. When I use them correctly, I can see far away and up close really quickly, but I forget. Sometimes I'm trying to read and I can't focus and then my head starts to hurt and I'm like, what's going on? And it's because I forgot to change my focus to go from my regular far away sight to my up close reading sight. It's not that my glasses stopped working, it's that I forgot to focus. Does that ever happen to you? Do you forget to focus on something and then you get distracted or you make a mistake and then you're just like, why did I do that? I imagine it's like that for athletes. Maybe they're doing something that they're always used to doing. Maybe they're playing baseball and they're going to hit the bat with the ball. They're going to hit the ball with the bat. That's how baseball works, right? So they hit the ball with the bat and they're hitting it and it's super normal and then they get distracted by something else and they lose their focus. I get that way when I play the piano. I get distracted and I see someone doing something naughty over there and I'm trying to tell them to stop and then I mess up. Is it my fault? Yeah, I lost my focus. And we need to remember to keep our focus. Because when we keep our focus, then we can see correctly. This happens to Christians too. When we forget to focus on seeing the world the way Jesus sees it, we lose sight of what it means to be a Christian. Now see, Jesus sees us. He sees us that we're wanted and that we're valued and that we're worthy to be loved. See, Jesus has this habit of seeing people and loving them fully. I'm going to read that again so that you can hear it. Jesus has this habit of seeing people and loving them fully. That means that he doesn't love them for what they can do in a couple of years. That doesn't mean he loves them for who they were last week. He loves them fully. He loves you fully, and he loves me fully for who we are at this moment. We've been chosen to be loved by Jesus. When we remember that, it makes it a little bit easier to see the world as Jesus sees it. Now, I'm not Jesus, but I can try my best to love like he did. Jesus saw the blind man. He saw the father of a sick child. He saw a woman who gave up everything she had. He saw that people were being badly treated because of the way they looked or how much money they had in their homes. He saw them and he loved them. And that's what we're called to do right now, to look and to see people. We talked last week about listening to them and hearing their stories and what they have to say. We're going to talk about looking at them in the face and seeing them for who they are as equals. that they are the same as you and me, even if they look different on the outside, even if maybe they've had a few more birthdays than we have. We are all the same. Maybe someone younger than you. Maybe it's someone the exact same age as you. We are all the same, and we are all worthy to be loved. And we need to stick up for others who do not feel that way. Jesus stuck up for others, and he stood by them when people were yelling at them. He stood by a woman who was deemed to die for her sins, and he stood by her. He sat and he listened to a woman at the well. He listens and he looks and he sees you, and he knows that you can see others if you choose to focus. When you focus, it's not just an idea. It's not just a fluffy statement that I'm going to make. It's a choice that we are going to take up as a command from Jesus himself. And we're going to learn about that right now in the Bible. In John 13, verses 34 and 35, Jesus is talking. He says, "So now I am giving you a new commandment. Love each other, just as I have loved you. You should love each other. Your love for one another will prove to the world that you are my disciples." This is your choice, friends. You get to decide to see people and to hear them and to know them and to love them. You don't have to have all of the answers. You just need to have the love and the time to look at them and to see them. This is your chance to see what makes them happy, what makes them sad, and maybe where it's not fair. This is your chance to see and ask questions. Ask the hard questions. If you have a question and you don't know the answer to it and you don't know someone you can ask a grown-up to send me an email. I'll ask Mr. Tom to put my email on the screen. Go ahead, send it out. And if I don't know the answer, I'm going to ask someone else. And if they don't know the answer, we're going to keep going. The questions that we have answers for can all be found in the Bible. If we choose to love others the way that Jesus loves us, what kind of a world would we have? We would have a place where people are seen and heard for who they are and not what they look like. People are seen and heard and valued equally. And that is something that Jesus wanted us to do. And you have a chance to do that, even though you're a kid, even though you're at home, even though there's no school in session, even though we can't go to the movies quite yet. You have an opportunity to love people when you see them, when you choose to focus on them. That could mean writing a letter. That could mean praying for someone. You do not need to leave your home right now. You can do this from inside your walls. You can start with the people inside of your home. One more time. You can see people the way Jesus sees them, maybe by starting with the people inside of your own home. Who in your home is difficult to love? I grew up with a bunch of brothers. Oof. We were loud, we were ornery, we were mean. I definitely locked my brother out the front door a couple of times because he cut the hair off my Barbie doll. I was not loving him the way Jesus wanted me to love him. But you know what? He wasn't loving me when he ripped up my babysitter club books, okay? This is fair things. We grew older, though. And it was rough there when we were teenagers. We weren't even friends. We tolerated each other. And we helped each other get out of trouble sometimes. But what it would have been like if we had known how to love one another the way Jesus loves us by seeing them, that could have been really different. Maybe I wouldn't have had to steal their Scooby-Doo t-shirts. I could have just talked to them, said, hey, I like Scooby-Doo too. And we could have all had matching Scooby-Doo t-shirts. How cool would that have been? Or maybe I didn't have to sneak the last cookie out of the kitchen and hide it on my way down the hallway. I could have probably shared it with them because there were definitely enough. Maybe it means helping out with chores. Ugh, chores are awful. Man, I'm a grown-up and I hate doing the dishes. I would love for the opportunity to help my brothers with their chores so that they can see that I love them and that I see them for who they are and not how they can help me get out of trouble later. Starting at home is a great place to start seeing people and loving them. But don't stop there. Keep going. And we're going to talk more about that next week. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.
You're my calm in the chaos, my peace in the war. You speak light into darkness. You tell me I'm yours. Only you, Jesus, are in control. You are my every heartbeat, every breath that I breathe. You're all I need. You're all I need. You speak life, singing love over me. You're all I need. You're all I need. Caught up in your captivating, never failing love. You are my every heartbeat, every breath that I breathe. You're all I need. You're all I need. The love of a father, the strength of a king, the blood of a savior. You're my everything. You are my every heartbeat, every breath that I breathe. You're all I need. You're all I need. You speak life, singing love over me. You're all I need. You're all I need. Caught up in your captivating, never failing love. You are my every heartbeat, every breath that I breathe. You're all I need. You're all I need. Only you, Jesus, are in control. Take my brokenness and make me whole. Only you, Jesus, are in control. Take my brokenness and make me whole. You are my every heartbeat, every breath that I breathe. You're all I need. You're all I need. Speak life, singing love over me. You're all I need. You're all I need. Caught up in your captivating, never failing love. You are my every heartbeat, every breath that I breathe. You're all I need. You're all I need.
Thank you so much for joining us. I don't know about you, but I'm going to work extra hard this week to love the people in my very own home. I loved that point. And this week, we also want you to remember that knowing Jesus changes the way you see everything. So, let's focus this week on loving and listening to the people around us and loving and listening to them like Jesus would. We'll see you next time, friends. Bye.